Linda, can you hear me? Linda, Linda, can you hear me? Check, check, check. Checking, checking.
Sorry, yes, I can hear you.
Thank you. Can you hear me now?
Absolutely.
Okay, still can hear me, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we are good. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you.
Linda, can you see the slideshow?
Yes, I can.
Okay, is it full screen or is it in that weird window like last time?
It's in that weird window like last time, but I have my screen split, I guess.
Okay, let me try again.
Thank you for calling Keller Williams. This is Linda. How can I? Does he still have a fever? I can hear and see you. I don't see this on my screen, Carl. Are you sharing the screen?
Yeah, it's live.
Because I only see it through the camera looking down. I'm not certain.
There you go.
Ah,
Hello. Hello, everybody in TV land.
still playing.
Hello.
Alexa's off. We're ready to go. Hi, everyone. David and I are hosting today. Yeah. So surprise, surprise, we get to see what you guys get to see for the first time while you're seeing it for the first time. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a lot of fun. Did we switch? We were just talking about Charlie Brown. My husband watches it every single holiday, and I go to the kitchen. And so I asked David, my kids don't even watch it. So I asked David if he was into it, and he informed me that the writer,
Mhm.
um,
Who is?
Charlie Brown,
Char-
that he wrote this based on what he was going through in life.
Yeah, there's a really good biography of Charles Schultz, and it's really insightful into the cartoon and his life. It's really interesting.
AKA Charlie Brown.
Yeah. Charlie Brown, the character, Charles Schultz, the writer.
Yeah.
And cartoonist.
We're all about the Charlie Brown this morning.
Yeah, everybody, welcome.
Did I do that?
Welcome to October.
Did you do that? It's very sensitive. Okay, we're ready. Happy October. You want me to read?
Empowering like-minded individuals in achieving and exceeding their wealth and goals and their personal goals.
I'm kind of like on this page with this stuff. Like, yeah, you could read the words, but did anybody ever really truly sit and think in that? Like the Y-Force UCTs, if you actually sit and think about problems that go on with your life, and we're going to go over those obviously the next slide, but did you ever sit and think in the problems that go to your day to day and go through that list? The solving of the problem is written like right within that. Does everybody do that? I'm definitely challenging you to do that next one.
The whole like-minded individual thing, that's just really strikes me, because, in this community that we have here at Keller Williams, we just have to like walk down to the next door or walk upstairs or get on the phone or whatever. And, there's always somebody that can help us out with, finding an answer or somebody to, reflect with on what's going on. It's been tremendous and very helpful in that way.
This guides me through my everyday living. It's easy. You have a favorite one?
You want to read it?
Do you want us to read? I say you guys read it. Someone just yell out the first one. Oh, multiple. Communication, seek first to understand.
Mhm. Yep.
Teamwork. That starts with honesty. Awesome.
Awesome.
My favorite is communication.
Yeah.
That shows up in my life all the time.
Yep, mine too. And I think that comes down from because we had Lisa as a coach, and that was her favorite.
Yeah. Uh-huh. That's probably why I didn't think about that. Thanks, Lise. So then that's how most problems start that way. And even with clients, these people aren't calling you back. Well, it's not you. Something happened. Like it's usually something you don't know about. So you have to find out. You're not their main priority, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes we're stressed or we're busy, so we're like trying to rush to the result that we're trying to get to instead of just taking a breather and working on the process. And if we're part of the process, of course, is asking questions and understanding what's really going on rather than assuming something's going on so that we can quickly get to the next step.
You know, and we need other people to do this for us, right? Like, I'm sure you have your people, I have my people. When I need a different perspective on something, maybe they said it one way and I heard it one way, or I said it one way and they heard it one way. So I was on a call the other day and they said, well, who's your palate cleaner? And I'm like, well, huh? They're like, who's your person that cleans the slate and puts it out from a different perspective and cleans your palette? And I'm like, I have one of those, but I never called her palette cleaner, you know? So you got a new nickname. Bucket Fills.
Who's got some good news?
I do.
Awesome.
Hi. I just went under contract on my first $1 million listing.
Yay.
Awesome.
Nice, Lauren.
Lisa. Ooh. She's on her honeymoon? Oh, goodness. That sounds like a fun job. So it was a good picture too. You're just blessed. Good things happening all around. Who else? My son finally got aggressive in football. Finally. I was actually cheering for cheerleaders there for a bit. Legit, I was. My husband was really embarrassed by me, but yeah. Anyone else have anything good? I know, it surprises me. I have something good. Cheryl's here.
Yay.
Yes,
Today,
we are going to talk about Bold too.
I'm sure.
I
Do we have a
was
slide for that?
really pleased.
Okay.
Is there a slide for that?
Okay, then I'll wait.
Yeah. Birthdays.
Tony.
Smokey, David, Teresa, Cheryl, Thorne, Bob, Vincent, Michael, Bill, Raydeli, Kay, Joe, and Beth. Who's here? Emily's here. We saw your birthday. That looked like so much fun. It's still a month, right? It's still your birthday. It looked like a really great time. Did you have a good time? Good. All right. We're not singing happy birthday because Helen Ludwig's not here to lead us. So happy birthday, everybody.
Okay.
Feroz is here though, and Ed is not. Welcome, Feroz and Ed. No, Ed's not here. It's just you. It's just you, man. You want to stand up and tell us a little bit about yourself? Project.
Um, 43 years old. I worked in healthcare and behavioral 15 years. And I lived in the area for about 20. A little bit about myself. I like to travel. I like to laugh and joke with this guy. It's one of my close friends. I'm lose weight, so I'm sweating. I work overnights, and I'm just excited to be in the field. There's a lot I need to learn, and so I'm looking forward to actually being in the office more often. I was actually going to talk to Cassie about maybe coming in the office 3 days a week and trying to soak up as much as I can. So it's a pleasure to get to know everybody. Hopefully, I get to meet more folks and learn more about the business.
Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome.
And I like the welcome to the dream team. That's wonderful. I'm gonna come to work wearing that one day now. Well, here it is, David. This is all you.
All right, so we had a pretty good turnout for Bold yesterday. Who's here? Who's in Bold? Who's in Bold? So what do you guys think? Did you like to just go ahead and talk? Did you like the coach? Yeah, pretty cool, pretty powerful gentleman.
He's not
Uh,
fluffy.
Some,
I love it.
not
not
fluffy,
fluffy.
no, he's not fluffy. But, yeah, very inspirational. It's, you know, having been to Bold a couple times before, this is like a whole new program. And, I'm pretty excited about it. There's definitely things that I need to learn. I mean, he asked us to make a post on Facebook yesterday or social media, whatever.
Yes.
I,
I didn't see yours yet.
I spent the
What's with the
whole
cookie?
time trying to, I spent the whole time trying to figure out how to sign into my Instagram thing. I didn't even get close to doing it, so, you know. Yeah,
Marika was there.
definitely, we're working on it, and I know that I have people here that can help with that. That's for sure.
Cookie matched your shirt.
So what that?
The picture of the cookie with the match your shirt. You should
Yes.
use that one for your Instagram.
Yes, I
Yeah.
could put that one. Up. Well, the first thing that we did with the headshot, somehow that went out. But then I was going to try to do something else, and I couldn't get rid of that first one. So I have no idea. But
David's
you
gonna
know,
go,
but it's going to be a good Bold.
how much money in 18 minutes? I should have gotten a picture of that board and I may have. Oh, well, we did. We're going to talk about scholarships too, because that made my heart very happy. But in 18 minutes, you guys had to get referrals, right? You had 18 minutes to do that. And how many millions of dollars was on that board? Do you guys remember?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I look at this like a 40-hour-a-week job. Like if you're literally working 8 hours a day, which let's be honest, right? But 18 minutes, that's all it took. And there was people walking out of there with multiple referrals. I got 2.
So there were more referrals gathered in those 18 minutes than there were people in the room.
Yeah.
Right. And I got the one I called a past client, and he's going to have a rental thing coming up. Right. Everybody's supercharged and excited about getting rentals, but still, if you think about it, you know, for that rental, you know, 1 month's rent and split it with somebody else, I'm still going to get twice as much as it's going to cost to go to Bold. Just in like that first 18-minute session that we did on calls, and I made 4 calls in that time. So, you know, what's that? 4 minutes, less than 5 minutes to get that one referral. That's going to pay more than pay for going to Bold. So
So we look at it as, can you afford not to go to Bold, right?
yeah,
If you can squeeze out one rental, you can go to Bold.
I mean, and the average is 11 additional transactions if you go to Bold, right? So do that times your minimum commission, then that's $99,000. Like that's the least you're going to get. So it's pretty easy to run the numbers. One of the Bold truths, there's 38 Bold laws instead of 39 Bold laws, but there's an additional 10 Bold truths. And one of the Bold truths is the path is in the math. So you do the math on that, and at, you know, at an average, at a bare minimum, it's $99,000 extra. I know I could use that.
Heck yeah. So one of the things that we were able to do, it was a beautiful place where it's being held, is at a country club. So you're comfortable, warm, cozy, gorgeous view, lunch outside. So one of the things we did with all 4 market centers is we raised money to help agents that are just starting out or maybe going through a hardship and can't afford to go. So we were able to raise between the 4 market centers $5,300. Right?
Mhm.
So it's pretty awesome.
Scholarships, yep.
So if you were in a position, I know I was sponsored when I first came, and now I've gotten to sponsor, I don't even know how many people, but it's so great. And if you're in that position where you can help even $50, $100, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be the full amount. But if you are able to sponsor and help somebody else get to the point where you are, please come see somebody from leadership. It can be completely confidential or not, whatever you want, and just come see one of us.
And if you need a little help, you really want to go to Bold and
There's
really
always
want to
way.
push not only business, but many personal aspects of your life ahead. I just can't tell you. I mean, this is my 8th time, so I think you know how I feel about it, right? So if you need help getting there, just come see somebody, and we'll see what we can do. There's that $5,500 or whatever it is that's and probably growing, that's there to help. So we want you to be part of it.
Yep. All right. Yeah, everybody gets the money back,
Yeah.
right? As long as you're closing. Oh, is that you or me again?
Yeah, so you do, you get reimbursed. Every time you complete a transaction, you get reimbursed. So it's gonna cost you zero. You just, the concept is, of course, you just put a dog in a race so that you show up and you complete the course and work way through it. And then I'll tell you one more thing and then I'll stop talking about it. But when I first started taking Bold, and a lot of people have this impression, it's like, oh my God, like this is a lot of work. We have to do a lot of work. This is terrible. Like, how am I going to fit all this work in? How am I going to do all this stuff, all these assignments and everything? Bold law changed the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. All they're telling you to do is go to work.
You're supposed to be doing that stuff anyway.
They're just asking you to do the things that are going to make your business grow and your life get better. So it's so that's it.
Honestly, if you did all their stuff, right, you go to Bold and then you take all that stuff and you do it in one day, that 4-hour workday, that's what you get to enjoy. I don't even know. Like at this point, it's just bragging rights, right? I mean,
Who are these guys anyway? Who are these guys?
can't even see that number. 2.3, guys. What are we? 13? 13, 2.3. We don't, I'm not going to mention names.
And if you add up all these, which I did a little bit ago,
Oh, not even close.
this is almost twice as much as everybody. Not quite, but almost twice as much as everybody put together. But then you throw in Bold, so I'm still talking about it. So then you throw in Bold, and then like, here we go, right?
We're
And-
going to have to up the chart,
And
right?
and what this is, right? This looks like Keller Williams here. This is you guys. That's what this is. This is you guys. So, keep it coming. Keep
Yeah.
making your life better.
It's phenomenal.
Okay, I'll stop talking.
No, it's good. Keep talking. We like it. All right. Pike Wayne, 14.1. Nice. 8.1. Love that office. I got to go up Tuesday just for a couple hours, but it's such a great, cozy, welcoming, warm office to be in. And Teresa, thank you again. We did a listing workshop up there, and Teresa got to be a seller, and I got to be a seller. It was a great time.
Yeah, that's good because when you look at it, Davis Chance been there since the first settlers came in.
Yeah.
And so
Well,
yeah, so to have come up and surpass them by tremendous numbers is quite an accomplishment.
definitely is.
Mhm.
I went to school, that's where I'm from, is like Wampaupack, and I only ever remember Chant. There was never anybody else. So it's pretty awesome. All right. So Karen wanted me to point out listed taken volume and listings taken. This is the only insight I got to this whole meeting was, hey, look, like we're down in other things, but that's a lot. Everybody's face is like, yeah, this is amazing. Okay, next slide. Peppers.
Jim, Donna, and Barbara, congratulations.
We're in bold.
Yep.
Barbara is, I don't know if she's in bold or she just wasn't there yesterday. I wasn't really sure. I haven't seen. But I know for a fact Jim and Donna were both there yesterday because I hugged them both. So that's saying something right there for all those of you who don't know.
Barbara's definitely been in Bold. She was on my team one year.
Yeah. She's
And
been there a
all-
couple times.
The whole time that
Yeah.
we were in class, she was just sitting there like hammering away on her phone the whole time. She was like just hammering out business the whole time. And,
You know what I love about her? She doesn't put emotion to it, right? If she has to, she does. But the actual lead generating part, she doesn't put emotion to it. She just does it. And that's what we all kind of need to do, right? Top producers. Got a lot of those. All right. Oh, look at that, Jim. Chelsea, Kristen, Keller, and Sean. Congratulations. Teams. Want to read them off there, David?
Mary in the house, Barbara Miller, Dana, and Rosalie.
Wait a minute. You just got engaged. Bucket fills. You're late. Wait, I was going to say that was Facebook, so I can tell, like, that's not a secret. Congratulations. It was beautiful. Did you know they totally like snuck that up on you? Well, kudos to him. Like, he pretty awesome. And number one, look at that. Top producing mega teams. We got the Galligans, Primrose, Donna Steele, Jim Chrisman, and Kelly. Coaching milestones.
Cat.
Kat, I wish she was here. She's working. She got 2 under contract in her first 30 days. She, her primary language is Spanish, and I don't believe either of her clients are. So she's getting over that also, which is awesome. She's phenomenal. I don't know. I wish she was here. Are you on Zoom land, Kat? Yeah. Okay. Amy Patterson had her first closing and it was a doozy. She got her first one out of the way. Dave Agazi got his first under contract. He's also in bold. Kat, 2 under contract and her first closing. And Dominic with his first closing. Woo! Oh, committees.
Culture Committee.
Robert, Barbara, and Donna. Robert, you're representing. You got some big stuff planned. Hold up.
The 2 things this month, we have the bonfire tomorrow at Cassie's. Everybody should come. It's a great time. There's a sign up sheet. Everybody, we kind of do like a potluck and there's usually tons of food and tons of fun. And then next Saturday, so a week from this Saturday, we have Agent Appreciation Day in, I don't know the name of the park, Chestnut Hill Township Park, where we did the cornhole tournament. And that'll be catered and there'll be a lot of activities. And that we've kind of set it on a Saturday afternoon so that you can bring your kids or your significant other. And we really want it to be a family thing. So don't be shy about bringing your family.
Okay, so this being said, one of our major challenges in leadership is getting RSVPs. And it's very, very hard to do a good job by you guys if we don't know if you're coming. So I need you all to say, I will RSVP to the bonfire, which is in less than, well, no, about 28 hours. And Agent Appreciation, whether you're going or not, please just RSVP. It's the nice thing to do. I know if you were all having parties, you would want people to RSVP so you could prepare. So please do that. You don't have to bring anything to either, right? If you can, that's great. But if you don't have to, we have some more sticks for a lifetime because of Sanderson over here. No. S'mores, yes. S'mores, no, but please.
And
That's
there will be
okay. You're
cookies.
coming.
There will be cookies there.
There will be cookies.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
out of this room, how many people have
These
cooked to
are
the
famous-
bonfire
famous
before?
brownies.
Bonfire. Yeah. I'm
Never.
pretty sure it's like close to like half the room. It's a lot of fun. It's a very good time. Yeah. And then Agent Appreciation, we're having food trucks. What else? Games. Giveaways?
When is the Asian Appreciation Day?
Wanted to make sure that it was from a different source so that everybody would RSVP, but apparently no one's up. So it's in the weekly email. It will be sent out multiple times, but we do need everyone to RSVP because if we don't get enough RSVPs, we don't want to be forced to cancel. So right now there's a lot of leadership team members that are signed up, but not a lot of agents. So we really need everybody to sign up, please.
You know, it's because they're all busy doing real estate, right? Because we saw the stats, but just take 5 seconds to get it done. Somebody on Zoom lands.
So in my weekly email and on Monday, every Monday at 8:30 in the morning, all of you get an email that has the list of everything that's going on. Every event, every class, everything, including regional and KPG, everything is on there. So that's your resource. Monday mornings, 8:30, go through and just click yes or no, because then we'll know. And we don't have to call you a bunch of times because announcements for the week ahead and beyond. So if you guys can double check that and just make sure you're RSVPing, we would greatly appreciate it.
Can you check the chat? There's 4 in there.
When is Asian Appreciation, Tobias? Next weekend.
Yeah, type in, type in weekly.
Monday, 8:30 a.m.
Yes. All right, so that's culture, committee, education. Jess and Teresa.
Teresa's here.
You guys got any updates for that? Anything spectacular going on? Who's, why are you making stuff up in your head? That makes it even funnier. All right, so yeah, 4U homes today after the team meeting. And growth committee, Irene, Michael, and Amy, any updates?
Yes. We're gonna be teaching profit share class in November on the 15th, from 1 to 2. We'll be putting something together for us. Basically, just trying to leverage opportunities we may see now with sending over contracts that are outdated, even if it's been a few months since changes that the settlement, maybe not understanding the cooperating broker compensation agreements, negotiating commissions, and I found that personally, Amy and me have all seen that these conversations are coming up and people are struggling and running into issues and kind of making it harder for us to do our jobs too, because like teach them what's going on before you can get an agreement together with them. So we figured it would be a good opportunity to create some scripts and focus on having conversations with them about what their broker is helping right now. And if they're not, well, then why don't you come on down to one of our broker contract mastery classes or anything of the sort, and sort of open up that conversation and perhaps meet with Karen and see if they'd be interested in discussing their business with her. So just very simple stuff, just conversations, but the goal would be to inspire you guys to understand a little bit better how profit share works, what the benefit might be to you to focus at least, you know, a certain percentage of your work time during the work week to focus on calling past co-op agents you work with, calling agents you feel may be a fit for Williams, and just sort of, you know, offering to maybe host career info sessions, whether in person or online, and just making more conscious of the power that profit share can play in enjoying your practice. So we're going to be doing that on the 15th. If you're interested in joining us, we have our meeting on the third Thursday of the month at 12:30. You're welcome. From one, if you decide it's not for you, that's fine. We're not committing to being on the committee all the time. It came to our attention at the Milford meeting that a lot of people don't attend meetings because they think that you have to be on the committee for a meeting. That's not how it works. You have to hop in, listen, contribute, and if you decide that you don't want to be a part of the committee, that's fine too. Show up and workshop. 12:30. Third Thursday.
So, wait, back up.
Wait, go back.
So just an aside, there's I've been going to a couple of sessions. I'm tempted to call them a class, but they're not really a class. It's more like a mastermind that meets periodically. I couldn't even tell you which exactly when they meet. I just see the calendar and then I go. The 6 life disciplines, right? Great. There's only a few of us that come, but it's a great session. We just hammer out like what's working. We have a theme that we talk about and what's working in our lives, what's working in our business, what's challenging. It's just a great session. And really, there's only a handful of us in the room, but we would welcome everybody to come to these things and, expand the conversation, expand our experience, expand our learning possibilities would be great. The other one, and that's Marika and Michael lead that particular meeting, mastermind sort of thing. And then Marika and Robert Hoffman lead this other one that I go to, which is really terrific. It's called Know Your Numbers. And again, there's only like a handful of us that come to these meetings. And like, I'm not able to make it all the time. Or I could say, maybe I've even forgotten to go a couple of times, right? So, but every time I do, I need to take that memory class. But it's a great session. And again, there's only a handful of people there and we would welcome more to come and participate in it. We have like a group text that we do. It's supposed to be at 11 o'clock every day. And of course they come in at 11 and 2 and 10 o'clock at night. And whenever we think about doing it, and that's fine because the idea is, hey, I made this many calls. I had this many conversations. I got this many appointments, right? So it's sort of like, an accountability thing, but it's not just accountability. It's also support. Like I look on there and I see Robert or Marika or anybody says, Natalia, I made this many calls today. And that, helps me, remind me to keep hammering away and inspires me to know that, we're all in this together and we're working hard to lift ourselves up and each other, to help each other lift each other up. Rosalie. Yes. And right after the 6 life disciplines, we get into the sewing discipline, which is led by Rosalie. It's the quilting club. And you could speak to that in more detail. It looks like, I haven't gone to these, but it looks like a beautiful thing. I should be there too. That's another thing I should do.
Actually, I think it was Karen and I talked about this the other day. You know how your minds are always going? Well, most of you, right? Do you ever feel like you just need that silence, that stillness? Doing stuff like quilting, Legos, puzzles, stuff like that gives you that, right? It gives you that moment where you can just be one with your hands and kind of just be still, not physically, but your mind. So if you're craving something like that, because our lives are so crazy and run around, that's maybe something you want to look into. I'm not starting a Lego club. It's not happening, but go to the quilting one. Yeah, puzzle club, that, may happen. Bob.
Yes.
I got this for you.
You got it. Couple of things, we did touch on, one of these subjects, Mike here, one of these subjects on broker mastery the other day, but I want to reiterate it to people that weren't at that. And that is, number one is CBC. You need to get the CBC prior to showing a property so that you and your buyer know what is being offered for that property. Because if there is no compensation being offered for that property, you certainly want your buyer to know that, because the buyer may not want to look at that property because they may not want to pay a commission. And we've had a couple of cases of that. So you want to make sure you get the CBC. And I know sometimes it's difficult because the agents don't give you the CBC, or they just give you verbally or something like that. I would say if you get a verbal and not the physical CBC, follow up with pursuant with an email pursuant to our conversation. This property is being has a 2.5%, 3%, whatever, cooperating compensation to it, but still you need to get that CBC at some point.
And if I may, the CBC, you need to get that before you send the agreement in, right? If you don't have that and you don't put the commission on the agreement of sale, then you're not guaranteed that you're going to get paid. And it came up in a legal hotline call, like, why does it have to be done ahead of time? And, you know, it makes sense to us. If we want to get paid, we want to have that guarantee because the MLS guarantee is no longer in existence, right? We want to have that guarantee that we're going to get paid, but it's also in the code of ethics. And I think it was like 16-16, something in the code of ethics, that the cooperating broker compensation form is sent and signed before the agreement of sale, because it's not to be attached to the agreement of sale. It's done, it's according to that, the code of ethics is to be done ahead of time.
And the other thing is you have a CBC and cooperative compensation is being offered. That does not go on paragraph 3A of the agreement of sale. We've had some questions on that and had feedback from other agents questioning our agents on that. So if you're getting cooperative compensation, you don't put it on paragraph 3A. The first few words of that paragraph says, in addition to any compensation being offered. So meaning that if you have a 3% buyer agency and the cooperating compensation is 2.5%, then you would put 0.5% in paragraph 3A, because that's how you're going to get paid by the seller. Now that's negotiable. The seller could kick it back and say, no, I'm not going to pay that. You have to collect it from the buyer, but that's where that goes. So that's the only time that you're going to use the paragraph 3A is for compensation if there is no, your compensation if there is no additional compensation being added. The other situation that I've had is I think we all should know that you cannot collect anything more than what your buyer agency, what you have in your buyer agency. So if you have a buyer agency for 2.5%, that's maximum that you can get. So if the cooperating compensation form that you get is 3%, you still can only collect 2.5%. If your cooperating compensation says that in addition to the 2.5%, there is a $1,000 bonus, and your buyer agency says 2.5%, you can't collect that $1,000 bonus. Yeah. Okay. So the question is, can you have them sign a new buyer agency or amend your buyer agency? The one thing I will say on that is good luck. Because I don't know how many will say that, well, would you mind signing a buyer agency for 3% so I can get that extra 0.5%? You know, certainly worth the conversation, but I don't know how often you would get it.
Bob, can you repeat the question so they can't hear the question?
I thought I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's pass the microphone around or.
Bob, you just said if there's a bonus, we cannot collect that unless it's on the buyer agency?
If you have so the question is if you have a bonus, if you have a bonus that is being offered that's above the total amount of fee is more than your 2.5%, no, you cannot collect that bonus.
How would we know when we're showing, you know, we're meeting the people, well, before we meet them, they're signing the buyer agency. We've explained what our, but how would we even know until we select the houses that we're going to see whether or not there's a bonus offered?
The bonus would have to be on the CBC because it cannot be in the listing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we, you know, I just talked with an agent yesterday that worked with somebody and they're putting an offer on a house, and he found out that there was a bonus, and he talked to his client, and that was added. That bonus was added to his buyer agency where it had his minimum fee where it says, say 3% and, or, 3,000 or $4,500 or whatever it is. And then, and he put the $1,000 in that's where the bonus went. So he's able to, he's able to get that.
Right.
Yes, that would be another option to do, yes.
Yep. Anything else on that? On the back.
Sure, depending on the verbiage that
Yeah.
you're about to embark on.
I have a seller who is sitting on the market and she's thinking about like, we're gonna adjust some commissions maybe. And she asked if we could do anything to increase her commissions to what we're offering on the buyer side. And it's funny because she actually asked, she's like, but we can't, she's like, but how does everybody know if we have, commissions? So we explained the whole flex thing again, like you can't put it on the MLS, etc. But we were talking about going from 3% to 3.5%. And so I said, we would just make a change in our agreement and we would put it online. But something along those lines, again, is the average CBC or the average buyer's agency is gonna say 3%. So I was just gonna text everybody when I made the change that's already shown the property and just be like, hey, sellers making this type of incentive.
But the bottom line is if the buyer's agent is only 2.5%, even if she's offering 3.5%, that is going to go to the buyer. That overage is going to go to the buyer.
Well, should I explain that in the text that goes out? This could look like an additional 0.5% that you could be used for your buyers. I could explain that in a text.
Yeah.
Do
Well,
a
and-
discussion and you can advertise it in the MLS.
Right.
Could do that, yeah, that's true.
Incentivize the agent, incentivize the buyer.
That's a good choice.
That's, on the MLS.
That's valid.
So the buyer will go up front and get, he's up there.
That's helpful.
Okay. All right. Anything else on that? I get calls from consumers that are upset of with their agent and there's disagreements with their agents, and I get agents come to me. They have a difficult buyer that they think and all, and sometimes it's all in communications. And I want to give you experience because I had actually there's a book on think before you hit send. I don't remember, it's been many years, but think before you hit send. And what that is think about what you put in that email, reread that email, and is that what you want to send because of the tone of it? And sometimes it's better to not hit send. Think about it a little while before you hit send. And the other one that I wanted to mention is I had a situation with a seller and good rapport, pretty much the transaction's going pretty well, but the seller did get annoyed and she sent me a email pretty late in the day that was very offensive to me. And I was going to fire an email back to her in response to her offensive email to me. And I thought, no, you know what? I'm going to wait till tomorrow morning. So I didn't send an email that night. I called her the next morning and everything was fine. Now, if I would have sent that email to her back, I probably wouldn't have had a good conversation with her that morning. So what I'm saying is sometimes, wait till the next morning to send your email. Sometimes things do work out and there's a different attitude. People get stressed out, and that's what all it was she was just stressed out on the closing that was coming up. So think about hitting send and maybe think about sending an email that might not be so pleasant. Think about it and wait till the morning and maybe read that again, or maybe pick up the phone and call them.
So,
Go ahead.
yeah, go ahead, finish yours.
No, I'm done.
It's a great point. Like we should be editing, you remember when you took your real estate test? How confusing. I know you'll remember this part, but how confusing the questions were, like Billy Joe's childhood friend's sister-in-law's first husband bought a house and did this and that and everything, right? And it was, and then you had to look through this whole paragraph to find out like, well, what's the real question here, right? What's the real, you have to boil it down. What's the real question? So keep that in mind, you know, and I found out that the real reason that they do that test is because that's what happens in real estate life. You know, you get an email from somebody or you get a question from somebody. And the question always starts with, you know, the day their second child was born and comes up, and then you have to figure out like, well, what's the problem here, right? So when you're writing these emails, you know, edit, look at your email and edit. And if it's something complicated, maybe don't even write it in email. Maybe write it in like a Word document or something like that, that you can copy and paste into your email. So you don't hit the send button by mistake, but, you know, edit it and maybe ask, you know, one of your colleagues to read that and say, does this make sense? Because this is a sensitive thing and we're trying to work through something, not put up additional barriers. So, you know, just get it down, edit down, edit down, edit down, and think of it as, you know, instead of writing what might need to be a book down to a letter, down to maybe like a postcard, or maybe down like,
To
could
a
this be a telegram? And
sentence.
with a few words here, you know, to be concise and really get to the point. Yes, so.
Okay, one last thing, NAR Code of Ethics is, you have to complete that by December 31st. So if you haven't done it, look for places that you can get it. There are offerings that's out there. Quite frankly, I do it every year or every 2 years. I do it online, and it's an easy way to do it. I do it at my leisure, and I don't have to attend a class for it. But anyway, make sure you get it done before 12/31, because that is, yeah. Any other questions? Yes, Robin.
I did the ethics. Holly.
Yeah, Holy.
And it was a live class, but I did it here in the office, and the woman that did it, it was a really good class. Kept this one light.
So Robin took a class through Poli Associates here, and she thought it was good. So kind of look for another one coming up prior to December 31st. They do. Yeah, it's free on NAR. Yeah. Right. It does. Yeah, because you have to put your NERDS number in. Your NERDS number.
For all you nerds out there, all of us nerds. So, Lisa, aren't you qualified to teach Code of Ethics? Yeah. Cool.
Robert, did you have a question? Oh, okay. The years kind of run together. You don't remember if you took it last year, this year, the year before, right?
Yeah, if you're,
Yeah.
you're not sure whether you did it, because I've done that myself, just go on NAR website. Putting NERDS number in.
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
Right.
Hey, can I interrupt?
Yeah.
Hey, just before we continue, I don't want to be remiss here. We have a couple visitors from the Clinton office. We have Maria and Jacob here. They came up to visit us and check out the Poconos. They're from the Clinton. Cool. And Jacob just might be doing that too.
Really excited.
Cool. Cool. Well, welcome. Oh, awesome. Awesome.
So I'm shocked.
That's our motive.
That's real estate, being confused.
So you know, it's funny, we have 10 minutes left and I know we're doing our affiliates, but that 5 minutes would have been Karen's whiteboard that we're all missing, the whiteboard. We should have put those 38 bold laws in the 10 new. That's what we should have done, David, if we had advance notice.
Yeah. So okay, I'll tell you what Karen's is doing. I'll keep talking. Karen, I'll tell you what Karen's up
These
to.
guys, I mean, there's a whole bunch of those guys on there.
Karen's having this in the leadership read. The 21 rules of laws of leadership, and it's an excellent book.
It is.
So I'll just throw that out there. You know, I'm in like page 65 or something now, and I've been doing that, reading a little bit of that every morning. It's really good.
You know what else is awesome? On the bottom of Colleen's weekly email that everybody should know about is the code book, right? Yeah. Look at that weekly email. Should be alarm going off. Check your weekly email.
Yes.
Monday, 8:30.
Yeah. All right, so. Well, Marty's here, Marie is here.
Marty and Maria, you want to come
Right,
up?
this session.
Morning, everyone. How are you? Happy fall. Can't believe it. It's going into mid-October. So in celebration of fall, instead of my chocolate chip cookies, I made homemade pumpkin cookies. So they are right outside this door. They're pretty delicious, right? A couple of you had some. So enjoy those. I just want to touch real quick on, Joe has mentioned our rescue loans. There's been a couple of buyers that came to me with FHA, and I don't know why they went FHA. I actually converted them to conventional. So I want you guys to understand that a lot of people think FHA is the first-time home buyer program. It's really not. It's an alternative, okay? Home Ready is a 3% down program. It is a conventional. I literally am doing a rescue loan with an agent in this office. There she is. And she was going FHA. It fell apart 2 days before. They called me. No clue why they're going FHA. They're thrilled. They're getting out of the PMI of the FHA and everything. So just know a couple things. One, FHA is a great program. It's 3.5% instead of 3% conventional. FHA has the PMI funding fee, thousands of dollars added to their loan. They don't know. So when your buyers come to you and their lenders say they're going FHA, ask why. Because these buyers don't even know. They're like, I don't know. So if we wouldn't be able to do, because we couldn't go FHA because of what happened with the closing, we had to go conventional. And they were just shocked. So again, make sure your buyers are aware of the programs. It's really important because we can rescue loans, but you know, if it fell apart because of other reasons, but if it's an FHA and I can go conventional, I'm going that route. So just be aware. Yes, absolutely. 3% first time home buyer. You can do, but also a lot of people don't know you are considered a first time home buyer if you have not owned a home in 3 years. So I had people who sold, they call me 5 years later, they're like, oh, you know, and I'm like, 3 years. So that's a big thing to know because, you know, a lot of people sell, then they rent for a little bit or they move away. But just know our rescue loans at Movement with the upfront underwriting, I'm doing a lot of them. I just closed one in 7 days. It was a huge 2-family unit, fell apart, appraisal came in 40 grand less. I got it, my appraisal to come in at value and we closed it in 7 days because title and everything was done. We really do. We love our rescue loans. So if I can help you or Joe can help you, please reach out to us. You know, we're here 7 days a week, just like you guys, nights and weekends. Okay. Thank you. Yes. Huh? So interesting. I'm not going to get too much into the personal of the buyer, but there were some payments that were missed. To be honest with you, the bank that did it didn't do their due diligence. Yeah. I'm like a mini underwriter. So if you work with me, and many of you have, I'm underwriting the file. And as soon as I get a signed contract, we got a commitment in 24 hours with our team's amazing, but it fell apart. But because I could switch to conventional, that guideline for FHA was out the door. So that's how I saved it. So I'm hoping to close it and very excited about that. So thank you for that opportunity. 3%. Yep. 3% is first time home buyer. And then FHA is 3.5. So it's more FHA. Listen, there's great benefits, guys. But if you can go conventional, you all know conventional is probably a stronger offer, right? So just talk to those FHA buyers. If they don't know why they're going FHA, you need to have a conversation with their lender. They need to be educated. All buyers should know what program they're going with and why, right? Any other questions? All right, enjoy the cookies. Have a good day. Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you.
40.
So, good morning, everybody. Thanks. Marty Nickel, home front. A lot of people know me. I want to make sure you understand who I am when I'm working with, both you and your buyers, which is over 15 years as a mortgage lender, MBA in finance from Rutgers. I own several short-term rental properties myself. I own a property management company managing about 20 properties for other owners, and also a co-founder of the trade association that created the short-term rental conference in March. So I'm bringing my finance expertise, real estate expertise, and lending expertise to really be able to help a wide variety. And I got a thank you note from Terry Langen, where also Rescue Loan, where she goes, here's literally her words. I had the pleasure and good fortune to work with Marty. He took over a deal that quite frankly was a mess. The first mortgage broker dropped the ball. He gave bad advice, totally messed up the deal. And as you can imagine, my client was extremely upset. Marty jumped in, restored my full commission, saved the deal, and put in many hours and went far beyond what any other mortgage broker would do. He drove to New Jersey to meet the client and help him put together his paperwork, also dealt with his ex-partner, his accountant, made a call to the IRS, and helped his client's mother with computer issues. All true. Anyone would be lucky to work with such a dedicated and consistent patient broker. I cannot express how stressful this deal was and how Marty handled it with grace and professionalism. I would gladly work with him in the future. So it was 90 days with the previous lender. The client was so upset. I drove 2 hours to New Jersey to do a face-to-face application to just gain his confidence, and held his hand through the entire process, including working with his mom on her computer to get proof that she made loan payments so I could remove it. So that's the kind of service I go. I just want to get to the goal line and help you close more deals. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, we talked about this. All right,
Contracts next Wednesday.
hold in 2 weeks.
Hold
Not
2
too late
weeks.
to sign up. It's not too late to help somebody else either. Oh, and events. Weekly email, bonfire and agent appreciation.
8:30 Monday morning.
Friday. And then my is at 8:30. We'll tell you everything you need to know.
Oh, what, isn't there text too that come through?
Yeah, there's. Yes or no, please.
I think there's Facebook pages too. Yeah.
No.
Lisa?
Yeah, I might.
Lisa asked if
Okay.
we need to RSVP for these events.
Yeah. Emily? Yeah, on that. So the way you. Right, so for the bonfire, all you have to do is sign up on the sign up sheet.
And you
And
can-
yeah.
Your name at the bottom, we know that you're going to be there, so we can account for you for hot dogs and hamburgers.
Question, where's the bold class being held?
So Bold is being held at the Elmhurst Country Club in Moscow. Oh, wow, Jen.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think that's it for training events? Oh, man. Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Only check one box.
Yeah. For you, so I thought we were doing good. Like I think we talked about the bonfire. We talked about RSVPing to that. Office is closed on Monday, October 14th in observance of Indigenous People Day. Yes, that's what it is. I will not see you on Monday. Contracts mastery?
Agent appreciation?
Yeah, DJ, games, Willie Max food truck, cornhole prizes. Yes. Business planning, this is phenomenal. Am I past time? No, I got a minute. Go to this. Really good. October 17th. Really good. Yeah, he's phenomenal. Great teacher. I still use the one script I had, was nice enough to record it because he was up front. Really good stuff. Okay, this is all getting sent to you in an email. I'm pulling a Karen right now. This is all getting sent to you in an email, so family reunions. I thought we were doing so good on time. I thought we were. I told you, I haven't seen the slides.
All of these will be sent out. to everybody
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Oh, man, there's so much. You're gonna get more confused, Maria. Yeah, I know, look at all this. How does she make it through? With the whiteboard. Pay score, seriously, like this is really good stuff. We're getting a lot of really phenomenal agents coming through. If you know somebody who's talented and just doesn't maybe have the means to get through real estate school, please send them to Lisa and I, and we can help them create a business. AW cares more now than ever. Man, Colleen, you do a good job on this stuff. Oh, thank you. $5 for lunch. $5. There's a money dish out there for lunch, and there's also a QR code, please, and cookies that are $5 a piece.